What's up, YouTube? Alright, so I just wanted to make a quick video here about some additions I've been doing here. I could have waited until the very end. I don't really feel like waiting, and I don't even know when the end will be, because I'm just taking my time with it. First thing is I got a whole roof line done, and now I don't have to worry about the roof when we get like flash flood type conditions. Water will accumulate on the roof, not really here on this back end, but up here on this front end, specifically right here on this very first run right here. Water loves to accumulate. It gets kind of heavy and just starts sagging, and that's what killed the rear end of the greenhouse last year, and I had to rebuild it, and that's why the whole front is interlaced with T's here all over the place, and the rear end is not, because the T's were part of the weakness, and I wanted to just totally eliminate them. All I would use is like the bell, like you can see right here. I would use that for a connection, but nothing else. Those T's are really a bad decision. Like right over here, I've got a couple of them. You can see I've got like an extra rib going right here. That's because I've got it, if you look real close there, you can see a hose clamp. I've got them both hose clamped. Let's see if I can zoom in here. They're both hose clamped together because the second rib is actually holding the first rib from popping through the dang plastic. That all needs to be cut out, but when you cut it out, then you're gonna have like each one of these 4 freaking pieces trying to like poke through the plastic. Something I need to take care of. But now I have this whole roof line. Awesome. I love this thing. It is nice and strong. I'll show you how I did the back in a second. The front, I already had one 2x4 coming down right here on the front side, and then 2 2x4s right here on the other side of the doorway. So what I did was I went ahead and blocked out, because I got electrical lines right here. I didn't want to have a 2x4 right there. And I went ahead and blocked it out, put a 2x4 down, and another perpendicular 2x4 right here. Just went all the way up, same thing. It's blocked out up top, moved the light, and to be perfectly honest, the reason I did all of this stupid looking work right here is because this beam right here was 12 foot 1.5 inches, and the point from right over there where the other one is right there on that beam, from there all the way to here was like 12 foot 5 inches or 5.5 inches. So I had to block out a little bit so that I could make it. It actually fits all the way to the back side of this 2x4 right there. So it is 100% connection right there. I just blocked out on either side, as you can see right there and right here. Just a simple brace design. Really the only weight would be on a downward force, somewhat on a side to side, but once I actually get the rafters made, and they're going to be wood rafters on either side, just like a house, then we will have extra protection, and I won't have to worry about this at all. This 2x4, I really had my doubts. I wanted to double up and do like a 24-foot 2x4 there, but to be perfectly honest, after putting up the rear one there, I was hanging from it and like shaking myself around and everything, and it's really freaking sturdy. And then I put this one up, and same thing. It's pretty darn sturdy. I mean, will the place move a little bit? Yeah, a little bit, but for the most part, it holds it really nice. Same thing right over here. Did another blocking out on there. Both of those 2x4s are held together. But like I said, most of the reason for this being here is just the downward force. Same thing, blocked out on the other side, and that's doubled up, perpendicular 2x4 all the way down, secured to the tub. And yes, that electrical line runs behind it, but as you can see, we've got a small gap right there, and it actually closes up once you get down to the bottom. Not a big deal. Again, continues all the way down, same deal all the way down here, and another perpendicular 2x4 all the way down. So that is that. So now, nice little roof line there. I love this. So now I'm just going to build the rafters. I was going to do an A-frame straight from there, like straight down to over here, but I'm not going to do that. I want to be a little more creative. I'm going with somewhat, maybe like a 2-foot angle, slightly inward up here, and then from there, straight up with a cross brace coming between the two 2x4s right there. and we're gonna do that way. Maybe I'll do A-frame on the front side, just because there's more of an angle and the back side is down more. I believe there is a 14-inch difference between that, the top of that beam right there. There's 7-inch difference between that one and this one, and another 7-inch difference between this one and that one. So it's at a downward angle. I've been really having a good luck with some downward angle like that. It really helps the rain runoff. I have not had a problem back here on the back side at all, which ironically I did this beam first. But anyway, everything's pretty nice. I lowered some of these, as you can see. This one really wasn't lowered much, but it was actually holding it up. I did all of this by myself, by the way, with me and 2 ladders. I used these beams, that's why some of them are under. I wanted them all under, but this beam right here that you can see, it just wasn't practical. I don't know. It does not cooperate with the rest. This one like is out. I don't know, it just kind of angles in. But anyway, that's going to be cut out, and it's no longer going to be there. As you can see, my Malabar's climbing right up. I'm planning on getting it right to that center beam, and then just letting it go back and forth across the top. And once I get all of these rafters in, then I will be able to complete all of my trellis designs, which I plan incorporating into that to just make it a little bit more strong. Maybe I will remove all these 1 by 3/4 or whatever, and put up like a couple 2x4s so that they brace up to the rafters. But other than that, the only thing else I can say is I've been bringing home a lot of cardboard, and laying it down. So I got a bunch of junk laying around here, a bunch of freaking old leaves, actually right here, strawberry leaves and everything all over the place. But I've been laying plywood all down, like right here. I've got some old cabinet, just cabinet pieces that I laid down right over here. Some more plywood right over here, or cardboard right over here by this fan. And I've just pretty much got it laid all over the place to try to choke out all of this grass. Right here is the worst section of it all, and I got a nice chunk of grass right there. All of this stuff needs more cardboard and everything. I got random pipe parts over here from when I replumbed the lava rock garden over there. But like you can see, even more plywood over there. Random ladders in the middle of everywhere because of all the construction and everything. And over here, with all of this electrical, I'd removed the main disconnect. I just flipped it around to the back side here. Well, actually, I took it off and then just screwed it right in here to this main beam. Kind of hidden from, like as you can see right here, you get the plastic right there, and it's kind of hidden from the screen, so if it rains really hard, even though it's somewhat, they call it waterproof or water resistant, but it's extra water resistant right now. The light, I left the switch on right here. It's still kind of hidden behind here, so it's kind of hard to turn on and stuff, but still works. You go right on up. It's on the outside there. I wanted to put it on the roof, so I am going to remove that light and put an electrical box right here behind the thermometer, which is my up high thermometer. And I'm going to go ahead and rewire. I'm going to go ahead and put a light like right here. I'm going to go right over here and put a light right there, and then on the back side there over the lava rock garden, one right there. So whenever I'm out late at night, I can go ahead and flip the light on, and I can check out what's growing on in my greenhouse here. And specifically, I want one like right up here, right above the lava rock garden, so I can see down into the fish tank. So I guess it's going to have to actually be over here so it shines down into the fish tank there, so that I can go ahead and see these fish at night when I'm feeding them late at night and see what the heck's going on. But alright, so that was a lot of rambling and all that fun stuff, but I just love my new roof design right here. I think it's so great. I had my doubts about it, but tell you what, once you hang from that main beam and just start wiggling around like a fish out of water or something like that, and you notice how strong it really is, I've got a new appreciation for just plain old 2x4s. I think it's really great. Really can't believe that it holds that much weight. I thought I was doing just a real half-assed job on this, but apparently I did a half-decent job. Like I said, the only other thing is the rafters. And why 2x4? Why did I go 2x4? No, why didn't I do 2x6, 2x8, anything like that? I thought it was overkill. 2x4 seems fine. It seems fine. The only thing that this roof line, the rafters, all that stuff is, and this is just an extra support here. It's going to be removed soon. I was using that so that I could use the ladder and put it up on the roof. That's another thing. Now I can put the ladder on the roof and actually get on, not on the roof, but I can be on the ladder, leaning on the roof, and take care of any kind of rips or anything that I need to do. Another thing, once I get these rafters, they're pretty much going to be right where all of these pipes are. And then I can take, like, say right over here, I can just take an entire area right there, cut it out, and make like a giant window. And that way I can open it at the very top, way up here, and vent the greenhouse, which was ultimately the reason I wanted to do an A-frame, and now it's going to be somewhat of an A-frame. But that's another thing I wanted to do right there. But why didn't I do 2x4, 2x6? I thought it was overkill, and especially after hanging on this thing, because I'm really rough when I build things. I tried to simulate, like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Like, we're not going to get an earthquake, but we might get a hurricane. Will a hurricane knock this down? Could. But I can tell you what, from what I've seen with me hanging on there, it's going to have to be a pretty rough hurricane and sustained winds there for quite a while. I've got a lot of faith in the way this is going. As far as it was before and how it is now, the way it is now, I have a lot of faith. I'm not worried about these flash flood rains that we're getting anymore, and I haven't had any problems since. As you can see, we've got an extra pipe right there. I was just using that where the actual roof line was prior, just to try to, you know, raise the roof up a little bit to prevent water from sitting down and sagging the roof. But, like I said before in a previous video, this isn't the roof I'm going to be using. I'm going to have a brand new material. I'm going to get it an actual greenhouse type material, because this stuff sucks. Right over here, this is a brand new roof that I put on. And look, I've already got rips. Little tiny, like, stupid rips. Like right here, just places that you shouldn't have rips. You know, it's brand new. I just put it on, like, what, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? And already it's just falling apart. So I need something better than that. But yeah, loving these windows here. I plan on making a few more of them. That's another thing I was thinking about, because if I do a 2x4 design over there, it would be like from here up maybe like 2.5 feet, maybe 3 feet at the most, at an angle inward, and then an A-type frame straight to the roof. Maybe with that smaller area, which would be like right here, maybe I can just start doing random windows, like every other one right there, and popping them all out. I don't know. Once I switch from this pipe design to wood, pretty much the possibilities are endless then. I can go ahead and do all kind of stuff. And as an added bonus, well, as you can see, probably there maybe, everything is screwed together. So technically, for all intents and purposes, this is not a greenhouse. This is a tent that can be removed and taken apart and put into a pile of plastic and 2x4s and these pipe pieces for now at a moment's notice. So if for some reason a governmental official says I can't have this, it can be brought down within the day easily. It might take 2 people to get the roof line down and everything, but, you know, just thinking ahead, just in case something wacky would ever happen. I doubt that would. I mean, my neighbors have horses and chickens, even though we're in a pretty tourist-type area. So I really don't think that kind of thing would go down. But, you know, always be prepared, be a Boy Scout, all that fun stuff. Anyway, that's enough rambling. As you can see, it's a roof line. I've showed you that for a long time, but I just love it. I think it's awesome, and I can't wait to show how it looks whenever I'm done. One last stupid thing is right over here. I made myself a little pepper drying station. I've got my cow horn on the left there, my habanero, and Barker's Hot drying on out, and chili, I believe, right here, drying on out. So that's pretty much it. I want to put another shelf right back there in that corner right there, and also in that corner right over there where the ladder usually sits. But Also think about maybe a hydroponics setup and see how that goes. I don't know. Time will tell. This was a quick update on what's going on in the greenhouse and a lot of rambling. So, until I get more work done, later.